Hello. Hello, everyone. Do you have a clicky? I'm going to stand here. Hello, it's so busy here, hey? It's so busy here. If I had known it would be so busy, I would have had more people on my stand. It's remaining empty right now, so I'll be quick. So I've been asked to talk a little bit about why I love working in mobile app tech. My background is, I'm the creative director of a small company here, digital company, called Ribot. We've been around for about 7 years or so. We're about 16 people, based in the lanes. But my background isn't in mobile app tech. I'll tell you more about that later. So the industry I'm in, the mobile app space, is in constant change. It's constantly changing. I barely am able, if I admit to myself, to keep up with all the changes that are taking place on a weekly basis. There are new apps, there are new technologies, new APIs, new ways of designing, new processes. It's constantly changing. You know, for instance, iOS 8 just launched, just announced this week. It's going to change things yet again, and we're forced to keep up to date with all these changes that Apple are making, and also Google are making as well on their operating system. It's constantly changing, and that is the nature of the industry. But it's a constant change. But is there a constant? Is there a constant that runs throughout this industry? Yes, there is. It's people. Because no matter at what point you join this industry, it will change. It will always evolve, and it will become something different within 6 months. But the constant that runs throughout it are these guys. Us, you and me. When we design something, when we build something, when we use technology, we're always using it to fulfill a purpose, to fulfill a need, for desires and wants for people. And I'm much more interested in people than in mobile technology. I'm sorry. People are interesting. People are really strange, they're weird, they'll make you laugh, they'll make you cry. They have these natural irrationalities, I put them here, to do strange things that don't really make sense. They don't really conform with normal behavior. I'm really interested as a designer in understanding what those things are. I've got to click the clicker twice, or 3 times. Yeah, so I'm a designer. I did economics. My background is economics. Don't ask me how I came to be a designer. I'm now the creative director of our company. I don't know what happened there. Something happened. Something went wrong. But I'm a designer. And I'm really interested in the way that people think and the way people feel. So my background wasn't in design. It was in economics. I did a degree in economics at Sheffield. And I enjoyed it. It was good. It taught me a lot about the marginal utility of demand, which is very interesting, of course. But now I'm a designer. And I really wanted to understand how I could bring the two together, my love of economics and my responsibilities as a designer. And we recently created something called cognitive load. Essentially, what cognitive load is about is it takes really interesting, the latest behavioral research about the way that we think, the way that we feel, the way that we make decisions, and it distills it down into really easy to understand, bite-sized little pieces that you can use in the mobile app space in your product, as you know, in terms of deciding what to do with your product, how much to price it for, what decision it should have. It basically, this is what it's all about. An example of one of these gems, these brain gems, is called the entourage effect. So in economics, we talk about how when something is scarce, the more scarce it is, the higher value it is. But actually, This crazy little bit of research just released says that actually, if we share out what is a scarce resource, if we're a VIP, if I'm Jay-Z, and I share out a very important thing that I've been given because of my special status, it actually makes me feel better. It actually improves my sense of happiness rather than decrease it, which is crazy. It doesn't make sense. But all these bits of information are coming out all the time. Here's another one. The buy now effect. Another thing we just found. So new, doesn't have a name, but we named it. I named it the other week. Essentially, if someone says to you, buy now in a restaurant, it will make you more likely, statistically, to buy more or pay more for your food. It's crazy. The research is there. We're just exposing it. And people can use this information in the mobile tech space. It's been crazy. We launched this website. We've had 200,000 views. People, and this is people in our industry, desperate to understand more about human psychology. They're desperate to understand, yes, we've got like loads of technology. Technology is everywhere. What we don't have is a really deep understanding of human desire, human psychology, to make sense of all this technology. Whoops. So yeah, I love mobile. Mobile's here to stay. It's a big deal. It's a big space. I'm very happy to be a part of it. But what I'm really interested in is how we can take what is essentially our most intimate device. We take it to bed. We put it next to ourselves when we sit down, when we lie down. We wake up. The first thing we do is we check Twitter or Facebook. It gives us that sense of self-identity. And it gives us that warmth and feeling of connectedness. It's a big deal. It's very, very powerful. But I'm interested in understanding, yes, we have this mobile device. Yes, we have all this technology that powers it. But I'm really interested in understanding what's the psychology behind it? What's all the research about people's decision making that we can use to bring the two together and make some really crazy things happen? Some really, we have a lot of power there. It's very powerful. Some things that we may choose to do as designers might be actually really bad. We might make wrong decisions about designing an application in some way that might make someone's life worse. But it's powerful stuff, combining psychology and the mobile. Yeah, so it gets really emotional. Our fears, we have fears innate within our human condition. We have hopes, we have aspirations, and we have our deepest desires. We have the ability as designers in this space to control all of that. And it's a really powerful set of responsibilities that I have as a designer. I could easily mess it up and cause some real damage to someone. But, that's my responsibility. So when I talk about why I love the mobile tech space, it's not really about that, it's about people. So I'm lucky. So that our company works with all these companies, and we get to design and define the experiences that these companies offer to people on a daily basis. And they're big companies. And we've been working with them for many years. Tesco Groceries, we've designed and built all the Tesco apps for the guys for the last 4 or 5 years. A very big deal. Like, people use this app every day, or at least a few times a week, and it's a regular behavior for them. We could have designed it in a way that's evil, or we could choose not to. It's up to us, I guess, as designers. Oops. Harrison Hall, a more recent one. We have just launched a new version that has mobile payments within it, so you can easily pay. You walk into a shop, you check in. You walk up to the barista, she says, would you like your usual? You've already got your usual on the phone. You don't even need to tell her. You just say, yes. And she says, would you like to pay on your phone? You go, yes. That's it. You don't need to do anything else. She knows that information. She has it on the till. You don't even need to get the phone out of your pocket. It's crazy. We're doing lots of interesting stuff in this space. Mobile technology is interesting, but it's the psychology behind it. It's how you feel at the end of it. You go, wow, how do they know that? How do they do that? And what people are saying in the pilot that we did is the managers were like, well, to begin with, it was really strange. It was really, like, people were taken aback by how different it was from a normal coffee ordering experience. But the fascinating thing was, with time, they began to get used to the idea of not worrying about going through a normal ordering process, and instead asking people how they felt. How's your day, sir? Have you had a good day? What's wrong? You seem blah, blah, blah. People, immediately the conversation was elevated to that next level, where people's happiness was changed. The levels of happiness was improved by the conversation, rather than just a boring ordering experience. So the kind of things that we can do when we think about psychology are really powerful. Yes, so this talk hasn't really been about mobile technology per se. It's really more about how us as a group of people and how the way that we think. I know that it was, yeah, so there we go, whatever. I'm over there by the stand on my own. If you want to come and support me, give me a rub, or talk about any of the positions we have. We're looking for 2 core positions right now, an iOS developer and an UI developer as well. So I'm over there, just around the corner, on my own with a laptop. Do come and see me. Thank you very much. And let's have some questions.